Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today we're going to do one of our biggest art projects yet. And although I've done one this big before, this one is going to be interesting because we're going to use all eye candy pigments. We're going to use 6 of them. We're going to use the eye candy Green Day. We're going to use eye candy Okinawa Green, Okinawa Blue, Pacific Blue, 14 Karat Gold, and Icicle. And now this project is going to be, we're going to do the 3-in-1 oil. So this is going to be our largest jellyfish project yet. And usually it takes 2 gallons for something this big, but I've got an extra 2 gallons just in case I run low. And the preparation that I've done, I primered, this is a 3/4 MDF. I primered both sides of it. And then I basically made these rails with Tyvek, and then I siliconed them on the bottom so that I don't get any leaks like I did last time. And my plan is to pour this all at once. So, and I've got it level, it's level all the way around. So we should be able to create some really nice cells. Anyway, the room temperature is 71, so we should be in good shape. I'm a little nervous because it's a big project, and you really, once you start, you can't stop. And anyway, we're going to go right down this line. I think I'm going to do some of the lighter colors first. So I'll probably do the white, the gold, and the Okinawa Blue. I'll probably lay down those first, and then I'll layer the darker ones on top, and then I'll add the 3-in-1 oil. And what that'll do is, what I'm hoping that'll do is, by laying the 3-in-1 oil on top of those darker colors, it'll go down and pick up these lighter colors, and those colors will come up into the jellyfish, and it'll hopefully give me a really good effect. Anyway, let's get started, and I'll start mixing up the first batch, and then I'll switch to the GoPro, and we'll just see how it turns out. The last big project that I did, I used smaller cups, and it really took me a long time. So this time I'm going to mix bigger batches, and I've got these bigger mixing cups to be able to do that. So I think we'll just go ahead and start out with the white. And let's see how these are going to work. So I'm thinking we're going to do, so I think we'll do 48 ounces. Actually, let's do 32 ounces in each one, and we'll start there and we'll see how that goes. Again, the last one I did this big, it was, it took 2 gallons. And I'm using super clear, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, we got everything ready. Let's start off with this white. And this is eye candy Icicle. Okay, first up is our Icicle color. And I'm just going to use the same one for the next one, because I think it'll add. All right, the next one we're going to do a little more. We're going to do 48 ounces. And this next color is going to be the 14 Karat Gold. And I'm going to do 48 ounces of this. Okay, next up I'm going to torch out the first one. Okay, here goes the gold. Okay, next up we're going to do the Okinawa Blue. Now I'm just going to keep using the same bucket, see if I can get rid of this. Now the Okinawa Blue we're going to do 24 also. Again, I'm using super clear. Next up I torch out our existing one. Okay, now we're going to lay down the next light color. It's the blue. Okay, we're going to switch to a new bucket. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 24 of this next darker color. Actually 48 ounces. Next up, Pacific Blue. Okay, next up is going to be this, what is this called? Pacific Blue. Okay, next up, we're going to use a new bucket, and we're going to do our next color, which is Okinawa Green. Same thing, 48 ounce batch, 1-to-1 ratio. Now at this point, we've almost gone through 2 gallons, almost. Again, I torch between layers. Okay, next up is the green. Okay, next up we're going to do a darker green called Green Day. I've never used this one before, but it looks kind of cool. Okay, same thing, we're going to do 24 ounces or however much we have in this thing. We might not have 24 ounces. So we need to do a little less than 24. So this is a darker, kind of a different color green. Now I'm going to start another batch, and I'm going to use Okinawa Blue again. So I've already gone through two gallons of the epoxy. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to use the Icicle White again. It doesn't appear that there's enough of that in there. Now I do need to hurry because there is only so much working time with this. So we're going to go back to one of our first colors, which is the Icicle. Okay, this hopefully will be our last color, our last pour. After I put the last colors in, which was the last ones were a darker green and a white, and let's see, I think that was it actually. Once I get these colors all in, it was time to get the blow dryer. Now right here I'm putting in another batch of Icicle, which is that white color, which was kind of a metal flake actually. It was almost like a glittery white, and it ended up coming up in the cells from the bottom, which was pretty interesting. Everyone is different. You never know how they're going to turn out. Right there I torch out that green color, and then I add this last color of white, Icicle. All these colors, like I said, were from Eye Candy. And right here, this is my secret weapon. I take the blow dryer and I start blending all these colors back and forth. And right here, I continually use the blow dryer and really just keep blending these colors back and forth. I then take a stick and make sure all the corners are covered in epoxy and then blow dry it some more. It's crazy how and then I put the 3-in-1 oil in, and then I torch the whole thing. Okay, we're going to walk away, and then we'll come back in about 10 minutes and check it out. And we should get good cell growth. I put a lot of oil on there, and I've got the GoPro running so we can check it out. Here's a time lapse. This is 20 times speed of the actual cells growing in the art project. And you can see them growing. I torch it out again and just let them grow. Each time you put a little heat to it, it seems like it allows them to grow a little more. Right there, I think it's about done growing actually. And here it is the next day, and here's a close-up of all the little cells. I'm using my GoPro. You can see all the different colors. Now, one thing I realized using the Eye Candy mica powder is it's really has a lot of glitter in it, especially that Icicle. And the Icicle actually came up in between the cells, which is kind of cool looking, and it actually looks really good. I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. I think I could definitely do better. And actually, I think when looking at some of my other projects, I think the acrylic paint, you can create bigger cells with the acrylic paint. But I really like the way the eye candy looks, and this one turned out really well. I can do different techniques with the blow dryer, and I think next time I might try a little bit of a different technique. Now this one I decided to install this in my hallway going down to my shop, and there it is, all mounted. And it really is a beautiful piece of art, and I look forward to each time I go down these stairs taking a look at it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, check out our store at Big Cartel, outlawwoodworking.bigcartel.com. We have a few little things in there. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Later.